This is my version of the Two of Swords. In the traditional image, there's a figure seated, often female, wearing a white robe with a blindfold on with two swords, one in each hand, crossed over in an X. There's a white triangle on their forehead and water in the background with mountains or islands and a crescent moon. So lots of associations with the unconscious mind and inner vision. And also Isis with the crescent moon. So it's interesting that what I've drawn looks a bit like an eye. It would be a connection with the third eye or inner vision, intuition. But actually, as I was drawing it, I very much saw it more as like a vase, and again, womb symbolism. And that the circle in the middle was like something that wanted to be born. I actually see it as being carried on the back of a creature almost. If you just look a bit closer into it, then it's almost like it's got a disc on its back, possibly even a whole new world. Some symbols on the back as well, like triangles and like wiggles. And I guess the two crescent moons right in the centre with yellow in the middle, which could also signify Venus. So you can kind of see the head of that creature as if it's sort of coming out of a canal that's going to be born kind of thing. But actually, if you kind of get your eyes to unfocus for a second and look back, it actually looks like a figure that sat on top of this sort of like holding the whole thing. A bit like one of those Russian dolls. And there's a figure in blue off to the right hand side. Around the outside, there's this sort of figure that looks like it's flying or like leaping across. So I guess that leapy lizard idea again. So this looks like somebody perhaps with blonde hair. This almost looks like there's somebody holding it up from this end. That's the tail of the creature. And to the left of that, next to the pink energy, is what looks like a tall person with also a long shadow outlined in gold. And then a couple of different squiggly symbols off to the left. So with the original symbolism, with the swords crossed, I kind of get the idea of like an initiation. Somebody who's learning the mysteries, but with the two swords crossed, like that was challenge or difficulty. And the form of the X is also in relation to the feminine. But with this card, I get the impression that the initiation's very much come into fruition, like it's already happened. The results are about to splurge out, for want of a better term. I really like it. I like this sort of dark colours around the outside. And that some of these pictograms perhaps look a little bit like cave art, which for some reason I really like. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.